Okay, I'm not sitting down, I'm not in my big fat chair, so now I'm just a slightly smaller big cheese. We're talking administrative. The administrative and executive exemptions are very similar. They overlap in most ways. But administrative can apply to a broader spectrum of individuals. First thing, let's deal with it, salary basis, salary level. Same as executive, same dollar requirement under the feds, and again, the salary basis. One little ripple, administrative employees who are under the administrative exemption can be paid a fee. You can't do that with execs, but with an administrative, literally a fee for a particular job. So instead of there being a frequency of payments and it's done as a salary, this is just a set fee over a period of time for job Y. So it's just a fee. It's kind of like almost the way you pay an independent contractor. Moving on, let's get to the duties. The duties of an administrative employee are white collar in nature, so they are not production level stuff. We're talking definitely management has to run basically the overall operations and the general management of the company. It's very similar to the executive, but you can apply this more broadly. The title that you give someone, by the way, does not guarantee exemption. You can call somebody anything you want. It doesn't necessarily mean they're an exempt employee. It's actually a very, very insignificant aspect of the analysis. Indispensability to the company, that's important in terms of the importance, their contribution, the amount of time they spend doing what they do that is so important and vital to operations. Again, do they have independent judgment and authority to make decisions that really can affect a certain aspect of the business, a certain department, division, so forth. There are a myriad of examples of what would be an administrative exempt employee. A lot of you are probably HR managers. You would likely be exempt under this exemption if you run the HR department. If you are someone that works within the department, chances are you don't qualify for the administrative exemption. Again, it's pretty self-evident. Who's really laying down the law, so to speak, in that department? Who can, let's do it as a negative, who can upset the apple cart in that department? Who can determine sort of how policy is implemented in that department? The manager, not assistant managers. A bookkeeper, for example, is a classic non-exempt individual. They would not qualify as the administrative exemption, even though they're doing white collar or office type work. They're bookkeepers. They're just more of what's considered production employees. They are not at the level where their administrative duties are significant enough and that their independent judgment and skill is up there to get them that administrative qualification. You know, I think in a nutshell, what I got to tell you when it comes to analyzing the primary duties, it isn't clear cut. You're going to have to think about it. And of course, if you're a client of ours, you can seek our recommendations, our opinion. The bottom line, though, is you need a frame of reference, and job descriptions are where you're going to get them. So it doesn't matter what level someone is within the company. Everybody should have a formally written job description that should lay out the specific essential functions of a job and be very clear. That's pretty much going to lead you down the road, and you're going to reach your conclusion that way. It's when you don't have it in writing and you're kind of just trying to formulate these analysis in your mind that you're going to run into problems. So get a really good solid job description for every position. And look, don't try to put a circle in a square. That's also trouble. Default to non-exempt when you're unsure. All right, let's go on to the next slide.